This is Damn Damn Radio
This is
1.
Dam Dam or Damal Hadwali. This is my debut YouTube video, and it's just a general commentary talking about what is happening in our lives. As a Nigerian, we know what is happening this week. Today is September 15, 2023, and definitely you know that on September 13, September 12th, a Tuesday, one of the Nigerian musicians, MohBad, passed on, and definitely it has been a roller coaster since then. It was formerly in the record label of Naira Marley, and they call it the Malian Records. And definitely, I think it left, and there were issues between Naira Marley and MohBad, allegedly. So there was a show on Sunday, Ikorodu show on Sunday, and that was September 10 of 2023. And allegedly, they said that somebody wiped MohBad with a particular material or item, and he went to the hospital for ear infection. However, the latest news we got as of Tuesday was that MohBad was dead. Nobody really understood what happened, and everybody has been running out to scatter, and people have been emotionally distraught as to what happened. Evidently, there have been videos that have been coming out, videos on social media, on the blogs, and about the ill treatment or the circumstances that MohBad went through. MohBad has been, or had been since his past tense, had gone through a lot of situations that people said led to depression, alleged bullying by somebody called Sam Larry, and there are videos. One was the video, a video shoot between Zlatan and MohBad, and when Sam Larry entered, must have slapped MohBad, and he was able to escape. And that's one of the incidents. There were some other videos that were a little bit, let me say, edited to not to show the injuries that MohBad had on his forehead, on his shoulders, and eventually he was killed at the age of 27. He had a wife and had a young son at that's just 5 months. What was really also bad was that MohBad was buried early. It was buried around next day, less than 24 hours, when ordinarily autopsy should be conducted to know what happened and how the death occurred, but no, they didn't do that. His dad is a Muslim, but people say MohBad was a Christian, and Christians do not bury their dead almost immediately. It's Muslims that do that. But who had the right to decide on behalf of MohBad to say he should be buried early? We don't know. However, what we can see was that it was buried early. They even said that the land where they wanted to bury him was not the land that he should be buried. And eventually, when they used the casket to bury him, I think the casket was smaller than the original size, and because of that, they bent his neck, and I think his neck further got broken. So basically, even when he was alive, he was treated badly, and when he died, he was still treated badly. And people have been emotionally distraught since then. If you go to all the social media platforms, generally you just see that people are reacting to what is happening about MohBad. I don't really know MohBad, but he sang this song I think last year, OPP, and I like the song. Many people like the song OPP. So when I saw today not post about OPP, I'm like, wow, this guy sang this song. And his latest album, Peace, has been off the charts. A few hours ago, it was number one on Apple Music Nigeria, and people are listening to his music. There are so many stuff about it. People are saying that, oh, you should not die until you are, until you're celebrated. Majorly, you should be celebrated while you're alive. But it doesn't really happen like that. There was a particular post on Instagram about how MohBad, how people usually celebrate people when they are dead. Michael Jackson in 2009, Lucky Dube some time ago. So this is what somebody said: when an artist passes on, people will reflect on their life and work, leading to a sense of nostalgia. This can cause a renewed interest in their accomplishments. Also, the media focuses attention on them, which introduces their work to new audiences. Their demise often bring out empathy and emotional connections in people. Fans and admirers may feel a deeper connection to the person's work after their passing. So it is not due to fake love alone, but to the genuine interest after their passing. So basically, MohBad has gained more followers after his death, just like AKA in February of 2023. So, these are the takes I have about this passing. Number one, or questions, let me say questions about this passing. People are actually calling out somebody called Sam Larry, and Sam Larry is, I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does. The very first time I heard about Sam Larry was when a guy called Portable called him out that maybe he was being threatened by a guy called Sam Larry, and Sam Larry released a video and said, "Oh, I'm a peace-loving person. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I didn't do what Portable said I did." However, it seems Portable was not the only victim. Portable is a very, very interesting fellow. Portable is somebody that doesn't keep quiet. So whenever anything happens, Portable will actually call and shout out and say, "No, you guys are, yeah, raping me. You can't rape. They want Jesus." Things like that. So Portable is the kind of person that you can't really say, "Oh, you should be cheated." People said that if MohBad was relating with Portable, that Portable, he will have maybe utilized Portable styles of calling people out, and maybe he will have been saved by now and not be a victim, or it would not have died. So really, MohBad and sorry, Portable and Sam Larry, some months ago they were like at loggerheads when Portable accused Sam Larry that Sam Larry was like the head of 1 Million Boys. They are a notorious group who terrorize people and maybe commit unlawful activities. So Sam Larry is one. Sam Larry has fled to Kenya according to sources. He has released a video that he loved MohBad so much and it didn't cause his death. However, the videos are the opposite of what Sam Larry is trying to say, because really Sam Larry is you can see was his voice, his physique, his height, his beard, everything all together. They are really, really not good things to write home about. And unfortunately, since MohBad is dead, there is that principle in law called fair hearing. You can't just hear Sam Larry's side alone. If MohBad was alive, it would have been possible or important or nice for MohBad to say his own side of the story. But right now, MohBad is dead, and really, that's where we are currently. And interestingly, we don't know whether Sam Larry will be charged to court because or prosecuted, because there were pictures whereby he was seen with the current president of Nigeria, so they feel like he's highly connected. And even the governor of Lagos is not saying anything. Ordinarily, he should have released a statement about it, but he's not doing anything about it, which is sad, by the way, too. Very, very sad. And finally, or secondly, Naira Marley has been accused generally that because MohBad wanted to leave his record label, he has been the one fueling the tension between them and maybe hiring people like Sam Larry to terrorize MohBad. There were videos about that whereby MohBad was injured and dealt with by the goons of Naira Marley. A person like Zoneski, who is signed under the Naira Marley record label, Malian Records, people are saying he's a victim, but there was a particular interview he did whereby he said that MohBad was his friend or was his guy but not his friend. So they feel like there's a collusion between, or not a collusion, but maybe a form of admission that truly MohBad was just on his own and nobody wanted to associate with him from the record label of Naira Marley. A few minutes ago, Naira Marley released a statement on his IG that it was saddened by MohBad's passing, but he had a lot of questions to ask. And truly, they were part of the questions I wanted to ask you to say, okay, what are the things that are happening in this particular area? He said, "Hey guys, I have been shattered. Don't even know what to type since I have been so hot walai. But guys, let's do this for MohBad. I know internet can. Let us shed light into this matter for Imole. Where did he go? Who took him there? Who are the people he was with? Who was he last seen with? Who was the nurse treating him? Who is the nurse? Why was there no autopsy? Why was he buried so quick in that manner? Who paid the block to say ear infection first? We hold him all this light over darkness every day. They want to hide it by paying bloggers. Let's show them their money is wasted. A lot of his friends know exactly what happened to him. Why are they scared to speak up? Who is bullying people to delete the post that show what happened to him that day? And finally, he said, where did the nurse treat him and who took him to the nurse? See, those are big questions, really. So, if you want to look at causation in criminal law, basically you will start with the conspirators, or you can start with the criminals or the suspects, and you will look at the victims too. Detectives most times usually look at the timelines to look at when did the crime happened and what led to the crime. Generally, criminal law, there is what they call the actus reus and the mens rea. Actus reus is the action, and the mens rea is the intention that followed the action. Now, when you look at the action, that means that from the stories, it was that MohBad was injected and he died. He passed out first, then he died. That was the action. What was the intention behind the action? The intention was to kill him. Now you now look at the suspects. Who are the suspects in this scenario? Truly, you can look at it from a smaller scope, which is the action of the person that killed him. You can also look at it from the action of a group of people. From the videos that have circulated through the internet, you could see that MohBad was harassed by a person like Sam Larry. You know that MohBad had been in loggerheads with somebody like Naira Marley. They've not been talking or being in good terms. So basically, you know that okay, there were issues between them. When Yorubas fight, they usually use curse words, and some of the curse words usually is, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna die. Your mama is gonna die," things like that. So when people use those type of words and truly something happens, people will point at them first. This is not me saying that I'm defending anybody. I'm really trying to analyze the issues, basically, just analyzing. On Tuesday, September 12th, when he was taken to the hospital, or when they called the nurse to give him the injection, he was injected. Now, what questions or the questions that should be asked would be: was there any form of collusion between the nurse that gave him the injection and people like Naira Marley and Sam Larry? This is the work for the police officers or detectives or law enforcement officers to do. Was there a collusion? Was there a conspiracy? The conspiracy part is a different crime from the actual crime. So even if the nurse said I didn't have any bad intention, the fact that she conspired, in quotes, or allegedly, with people like Naira Marley will actually amount to a criminal action against her. The hospital, from the angle of vicarious liability, from the angle of employer's liability or respondeat superior, you employed this woman. This woman has committed, in quotes, murder, if that is the case, and the victim is dead. That's the injury. So the hospital also has a case to answer as to a form of, okay, do we allow this? Was there any accommodation? Was there any proper procedure that was taking place? If there was ear infection, was that the proper procedure in treating ear infection? Who was the doctor in charge that approved the drug or injection that was given to this person, to MohBad? That's on the nurse's angle. On the criminal angle, on the other angle of Naira Marley and somebody like Sam Larry, you look at the intermittent factors that played. In law, they call it there's a word for it. There are factors that break the chain of causation, and there are some factors that do not really break the chain of causation. In June of 2023, MohBad wrote a petition to the police officers or the police division that he was being harassed by somebody called Sam Larry. And truly, you can see the video between Sam Larry, the video of Zlatan and MohBad when Sam Larry came to, this guy should not work here, this guy should not do anything. People said that video was like in June, and immediately after that, this guy wrote a petition From all sources, the petition was not treated. Nobody answered it, and truly, MohBad suffered for the next 2 or 3 months, or maybe two, June, July, August, September 12th, and he was killed. So the chain of causation is still there because it's still recent. The video that Sam Larry released and said, "Oh, it was from last year." Even with that, there's still a very close chain of causation because it's not too far. For criminal law, time of limitation is not really like, it's not really there. Even if it is 20 years, they can still connect the crime in a way, especially if there are evidences that you were the ones that perpetrated it, you planned it, and you make sure that you approve the execution of the crime. So there's a lot of work for the police officer to see the chain of connection. Was there any authorization? Was there any authorization from Naira Marley or Sam Larry that MohBad should be taken out? Did the nurse act on his own? Was it just a mere case of circumstances or just incidents that this guy just died, and because of all the videos, all the evidences gathered, from the internet, that these people killed him? Basically, these are big questions to answer. And apart from that, look at the father's angle too, and the family, the way he was buried, the circumstances of the burial, people that donated money, the fact that the family is already making threats to collect the properties of MohBad from the wife. People will start raising eyebrows like, "Oh, really? Are you guys thinking of one thing or the other?" It's a lot of scenarios that can be playing in your head. So one thing is certain: MohBad is dead, is gone, and that's the rule about life majorly. When you die once, and that is it. People use the memories that we leave. For MohBad, who has been able to put some imprint on earth, his music will live on for so many years. We have an example of Dagreen. Dagreen died in 2010, just 13 years ago. And if you play Bang 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 today, it's like, that's how it works. I was watching a TV show yesterday. This woman was killed in 2001. She will have been 41 years old to this year, but people are still talking about her. So people have memories that even the way they pass on or where they die, people still remember them for good things that they did. The very, very picture that whenever I see it, or the video, the clip about MohBad, I think about the situation he was, and the fact that he cannot fight for himself. Was a video when he was maybe beaten or something happened to him, and he was just looking. He had this dead look. He has the sleepy eyes, but there's the way he was just looking, and you can just feel for him during that moment that this guy, what was he passing through? It was as if he was tired. People say he suffered from depression. People said he didn't have his own biological mom, and his stepmom was weaker to him. So look at the scenario of when nobody's supporting you, from your own immediate family members to your record label mates to your former boss to one thug that claimed that is Sam Larry, and to every other person that didn't believe in him, even the police officers or the Nigerian government, until he passed. And now that he has passed, many people are now shouting. While the shouts and the call outs are valid, I feel like they should be directed towards the source of investigating the murder, and I think it's already happening. But at the end of the day, we need a close call to this. I do not want the Nigerian police officers to take this line down. Maybe not because he's a celebrity, but because it's long overdue for the Nigerian police to work. I think when they want to work, they know what to do, but most times they just feel like, there's no money. And apart from that, the Nigerian police has to disappoint the citizens that they are independent. There has been a chain of connection from Sam Larry to Naira Marley to the governor of Lagos State, who has not said anything, to the Nigerian president, who has not said anything. Why it is not the duties of the president and the governor of Lagos State to say something? The connection alone should trigger the offices of these people to make a statement about it, that okay, we're going to do a form of investigation, so that it will give recourse to the family members or to the Nigerians and to the fans of MohBad. So MohBad, I don't want to say rest in peace yet, because I don't just want to say it. This is just a commentary from me. This is Damola Adewale, and this is my first post about whatever I want to talk about, just general commentaries and analysis of what is happening. I'll be doing an updated video on this. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. I want to see how this thing will go, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. So this is Damola. Peace.
One life and I'll leave it well, cause man no one leave it regrets. That is my confidence, every man is a walking dead. Love me while I'm still here, cause everyone is a resident. That is my confidence, every man is a walking dead. But when I'm there no more, people will love me more. Talk about the things I've done, discuss my right and wrongs. While I'm laying dead on floor, when I can't talk no more. If I go live forever, she go luwa lo mo. Ki mama mi ye, ma tete wale o, ayo tete wale o.